Some Joplin residents are being helped by Missouri American Water's efforts to replace lead water pipes. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, Missouri's acquisition of Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh is now official, and aspiring art students in Carthage now have an after-school program.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri American Water is working to replace lead pipes all across the state, including in Joplin homes. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The news comes as the EPA requires all U.S. water companies to inventory their local service lines. KOAM Samantha Walker has more on what Missouri residents need to know about the pipe replacement program.
According to a representative with Missouri American Water, Joplin's water is perfectly safe because of how it's treated. But that isn't stopping the company from their efforts to replace lead in galvanized water lines. Joplin residents may have recently received a letter asking them to identify the material of their pipes.
Essentially, we don't know what's out in Joplin in terms of how many lead service lines there are. So what we're doing is asking people, especially if they have homes that were built before 1970, to go to our website to self-report, or they can schedule a time for a contractor to come out and check. We just need to build our inventory.
Because the company doesn't own the pipes within residents' homes, they don't have a complete record of who has lead or galvanized pipes and who doesn't. For customers who identify they have these pipes, Missouri American Water is offering to replace the water lines, including the customer-owned portion, for free.
This is something we just want our customers to know that we're doing at no direct cost to them. Lead and galvanized pipe, they stopped using them for a reason, and it is due to, possible hazards with that lead, leaching into lines, especially in areas where they don't treat the water such as we do. It's nationwide, and it's just better to replace that line. Also, if it is a lead or galvanized line, it's probably quite old and subject to breaking.
She says the company is trying to get an inventory of how many homes need a lead pipe replacement by October. This would allow them to know how much work needs to be done and how they can help those homes in a timely fashion.
It's something that in the long run could really benefit them. It gives us a chance to, I think, maybe give some customers additional peace of mind, maybe add, resale value to their home if the service line has been replaced and updated. And it's just something that we take great pride in.
Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
If you're not sure if you had lead pipes, but you believe it's a possibility, well, you can request for a contractor to take a look through the Missouri American Water website. They'll check the material of your pipes at no cost to you. Nice day out there. Let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
We've definitely been on a cooler trend. Yesterday, Labor Day, temperatures got up to about 83, 84. Overnight lows dropped down to low 60s, and today our high only got up to about 82 degrees. So definitely cooler. However, we are going on a warming trend coming up, but right now 79 degrees out in Joplin, 80 in Pittsburgh, 84 still out in Yates Center, cooler out in the eastern county, 75 in Monette, 77 Neosho. Anderson looking pretty good out there. We also have a few clouds still sticking around, although you can see those high-level clouds clearing out, and that's due to some rain showers south of us in Texas and southern Oklahoma. But we are going to stay dry for the next couple of days. We even go on a warming trend. Clouds clear later on tonight, and we'll talk more about that warm temperature coming up.
See you soon. Joplin firefighters investigate an overnight fire in the Emerson neighborhood. Crews responded near midnight to a house on Pennsylvania Avenue. Smoke and flames could be seen coming from the vacant residence. The heat melted parts of the siding. No one was found inside or around that home. The months-long process of transferring ownership of the former Via Christi Hospital in Pittsburgh to Mercy is finally complete. Crews are now changing signage at the hospital. Mercy Hospital Pittsburgh is the third Mercy Hospital in Kansas, joining Mercy Hospital Columbus and Mercy Specialty Hospital Southeast Kansas in Galena. The transaction was officially finalized on September 1st. New and old Mercy co-workers, community leaders, and the public were invited out to a ribbon-cutting ceremony on September 11th to officially open that new facility. The Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas wants you to know about walk-in mammography screenings that are now available. The screenings are available at its Fort Scott and Pittsburgh South locations beginning today. The clinics will accept walk-ins Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. The clinic offers other financial assistance programs, ensuring every woman who needs a mammogram screening will receive one regardless of income or insurance status. Several Southwest Missouri school districts have teamed up to encourage a community-wide focus on strong student attendance for the upcoming year. That campaign, which kicks off this month, aims to highlight the value and benefits of attending school every day. In 2018-19, just over 12% of Missouri students were chronically absent. That number almost doubled during the 2022-23 school year. To learn more about the campaign, just go to our website, again, koamnewsnow.com. Art Central Carthage kicks off a new after-school program for aspiring artists. The Art After School program provides a once-a-week opportunity for young artists to develop diverse artistic interests, hone existing skills, and be part of a team while exploring various art forms. For one educator, the class can also provide a great form of therapy.
To know that this is a safe place to go, that and anytime they want to come here, we're going to do art. We're going to do sometimes, art's therapy. You don't have to be an artist. You could come in and just do art and paint. It doesn't matter if it's good or not.
The class will be offered every Tuesday after school, and the price per student is $10. Parents are encouraged to register their kids early as space is limited. Some drivers in Joplin might want to look for detours in the next couple of days. We're going to tell you where coming up. But up first, a Fort Scott business receives a grant to help local farmers bring their goods to local tables. A Fort Scott commercial kitchen received a grant to stock their kitchen with equipment that farmers can use to turn their produce into other products. This will bring more nutritious foods to the Bourbon County community. KOAM's Melissa Alexis has more.
Equipment such as your charbroilers, your gas range, your ovens, your refrigerators.
The Kitchen Collective and Collaborative in Fort Scott was one of the recipients of a grant that will be put towards filling their commercial kitchen with necessities. Farmers will be able to rent their licensed commercial kitchen to create products out of their produce.
For example, take those tomatoes, come into our licensed facility, make tomato marinara sauce or salsa that has a longer shelf life.
Rachel French, a co-owner, says this will be especially helpful to the community because Bourbon County has a scarcity of locally grown foods.
Tiers, and so each kitchen has their own set of cookware, so you don't have to bring anything. Anytime you can get food that is grown in your area in season, it has so many different health benefits.
In our food here in America, it's packed full of preservatives, and we are hoping to sell more of like a stripped down homemade product.
This grant will allow the kitchen to provide the community with healthier food options. Bailey Lyons says as a mom, she likes knowing what's in the food that her kids are consuming. And this will make it easier for busy parents like herself to do so.
Could grab something out of the grab and go case that was homemade with local fresh ingredients rather than hitting the drive-through at a fast food restaurant.
Along with bringing more healthy food options to Bourbon County, this will benefit farmers by giving them access to the equipment they need to turn their produce into other products that they can sell. Reporting in Fort Scott, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
That kitchen is the first of its kind in Southeast Kansas and will officially open by the end of September. KDOT wants to remind drivers about some safety tips when sharing the road with semi-trucks. When passing, make sure you pass with care, as these vehicles need more space to maneuver, and try to avoid a semi's blind spot as they are bigger as well, of course. MoDOT wants to warn some drivers in Joplin about some traffic delays this coming week. Tomorrow and Thursday, Main Street and 34th can expect some delays due to lane reductions. Drivers should plan for alternate routes between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. on both evenings while crews install a section of storm pipe. A little bit later, area high school softball heads back to the Diamond. John Dales has more from the Hound Dog Classic in Aurora coming up in sports.
And temperatures start to warm up just slightly ahead of some rain showers. We'll talk more about that coming up. Overall, today has been a pretty nice day. We've got low humidity and low temperatures. We did have some overcast conditions, which put maybe a little bit of a dreary image on today. But taking a look outside downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, you can see those clouds starting to clear out. So we're going to have a really nice evening ahead. Now, like I said, temperatures are cooler, at least through the overnight hours. Those clouds are starting to clear out. You can thank a southern shower in Texas and southern Oklahoma, bringing us some of those higher level clouds, but clearing out. And we've got dry conditions continuing for the next couple of days. Even dew points remain low, so we're about 51 degrees out in Joplin and Pittsburgh, a little bit higher in Veneta, Grove, 60, but still we're in that refreshing, pleasant, maybe even not bad range of humidity outside, and that's been a little bit better during those daytime hours, starting to increase as we move into the overnight hours, but temperatures continue to drop as well, so we're getting down to the lower 60s as clouds clear out. So we're going to have a pretty nice evening ahead, and then tomorrow's looking really great as well. Temperatures do start to warm up starting in the morning. Overnight lows, low 60s, upper 50s. 59 out in Stockton, Fort Scott, Iola, and those southern counties, 66 in Nowata, 64 in Veneta and Grove, but Joplin right around 61, 62. Now our highs for the day starting to warm up just slightly. I know we said to warm up before, and usually that means warm up to the mid 90s, but we're really only warming up to the mid to upper 80s. It is September, so we're seeing a bit cooler temperatures across the board. 87 in Joplin, 85 in Iola, 83 in Yates Center, 85 in Cassville. So across the area, mid 80s to upper 80s, not so bad. We have a little to no heat risk today and tomorrow, but you can start to see that minor risk creeping in. Now, we're not really seeing those major moderate risks because we are getting into the fall season, but we are going to see a bit more of a minor risk across the area Thursday and even Friday. So that just signals we're going to have a slight warm up for those couple of days. But by Saturday, back to that little to no heat risk. Temperatures drop down to about 80 degrees, even in the upper 70s for our highs for the weekend. But until then, we've got that warm up because we've got this ridge over the area, and that's that high pressure dome just kind of sitting over Joplin, Wichita, St. Louis, the Omaha area. And then you can start to see a very northerly low pressure system dropping a cold front, very weak cold front across the plains, going to be moving in Thursday night into Friday. Very slow moving, very weak. So temperatures only getting up to the upper 80s Thursday, Friday, and only dropping down to the low 80s. So we're not seeing a massive drop, but as that cold front moves in, a few showers, an isolated thunderstorm or two Thursday night and into Friday, early afternoon hours. Not a lot to expect there, not a lot of accumulation, but temperatures do drop. 80 degrees on Saturday, overnight low 50s. Sunday about 81. A couple more chances of rain, but not a lot. And then you can see by next week, we start to warm up. Very high 90s, mid 90s.
Of course we do.
I know.
We knew these cooler temperatures couldn't last forever, but they're trending in the right direction.
We won't be in the upper 90s or even the hundreds, so there's some good news.
That's something. We'll take what we can get. Thanks, Lindsay. Still ahead, Pitt State's kicker receives national recognition after his performance on Saturday, and Carl Junction softball plays its first home game of the year. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next.
High school softball is alive and well in southwest Missouri. Carl Junction began its 2024 season with 3 wins and 1 loss in the Hound Dog Classic in Aurora over the weekend. Today, the Lady Bulldogs played their first home game of the year. Carl Junction with its 2024 home opener against McDonald County. Mustangs coming in, and CJ's starting pitcher Kylie Spencer starts strong. She gets a swinging strikeout in the first inning. Then we go ahead to the second, catches a batter looking there, but in that inning the Mustangs break through. Bases loaded, and Peyton Allenbaugh hits one to the gap in right center. That's going to drop down, roll to the wall. It's a 2-run double. Mack County takes a 2-0 lead. Next batter, Kirsten Hopkins hits a grounder over towards first. She's out there, but Vanessa Zamora hustles in from third. That's an RBI ground out. Mustang starting pitcher Dakota O'Brien, excellent in the circle. She gets a swinging strikeout in the second. She would go the distance, pitching 7 scoreless innings. McDonald County wins it. Final score 7-0. Well, Pittsburgh State football impressed the entire country with its 19-3 victory over third-ranked Ferris State on Saturday night. The Gorillas are the first Division II team other than Grand Valley State to beat the Bulldogs since 2019. Well, a few Gorillas get some recognition after their performance on Saturday, starting with Austin Schmidt. The PSU place kicker converted on 4 field goals in the win over the Bulldogs. That ties a school record. He's named the MIAA Specialist of the Week and the Special Teams National Player of the Week by D2Football.com. Schmidt, not the only Gorilla to receive recognition from the MIAA. Gorilla linebacker Thomas Cook is named Co-Defensive Player of the Week. This comes after he accumulated 5 tackles, 1 sack, a forced fumble, and a fumble recovery in that win over the Bulldogs. He helped limit Ferris State to 171 total yards of offense. Now to Major League Baseball. The Royals and Cardinals each have fewer than 25 games left in the regular season. The playoff pushes on. Royals lost to the Guardians yesterday. That has them 4.5 games out of the division lead. Tonight, KC tries to turn things around with the second of a 3-game series against Cleveland. First pitch of Kaufman, less than 20 minutes away. Over in the NL Central, the Cardinals are also going against the leader of their division. They're in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. Redbirds lost to them by 6 runs when these two met yesterday. Another Missouri high school softball score. Neosho, who won the Central Ozark Conference last year, they win 10-0 in their first game of the year.
Wow, congratulations to Neosho. We'll be right back.
Or State Hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. The city of Miami, Oklahoma discusses what's next for their chief of police. Plus, Labor Day didn't end the boating season in Southwest Missouri. We have some tips to keep you safe well into the fall. And how youth sports can help kids handle stress and burnout. Those stories, a whole lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. You can do it right now. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. You see the QR code on your screen. Just search for KOAM News app anytime and you can get it right there on your phone. The weather looking pretty good.
It is. We do have a couple days where temperatures starting to warm up, but a weak cold front Thursday night into Friday drops those temperatures yet again for the weekend.
Final sports note.
Tomorrow we get the top 25 at the Division II college football level. After beating number 3 the way that they did, I wouldn't be surprised to see Pittsburgh State up at 1 or 2 in the next rankings.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to move up. The question is how far.
Yeah.
We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.